Hello friends, we Team Current Affairs Review welcome you to the video discussion on Naga Peace Talks. The Indo-Naga issue has been continuing for the past 7 decades. The current peace talks that has been going on since 1997 after the ceasefire agreement has reached an impasse. The Naga issue starts with the rise of Naga nationalism and the formation of Naga Club in 1918. The Naga Club was formed after the return of Naga recruits of the Labour Corps from Europe. The Naga Club, in 1929, submitted a memorandum to the Simon Commission, declaring the Nagas to be different from mainland India, and that they should be left out from the reformed scheme of administration. In 1946, a group of English-educated Nagas formed the Naga National Council (NNC). The NNC stood for the unity of all Nagas and self-determination. The term self-determination was interpreted differently by different factions within the NNC. In 1947, a NNC delegation met the Assam governor to discuss the terms by which the Nagas could join India. Both sides agreed that the tribal lands would not be alienated to outsiders, religious practices would be protected, and the NNC would have a say in the staffing of government offices. A second delegation met Jawaharlal Nehru in Delhi, who stated that the Nagas could have autonomy but not independence. The same delegation met Mahatma Gandhi, who supposedly told them that the Nagas would not be compelled to join the union and they can declare independence. Here among the delegation was the charismatic Naga leader Angami Zapu Fizo. Fizo was elected president of the NNC in 1950 and committed to complete independence. In 1951, Fizo and his men toured the entire Naga Hills and conducted a plebiscite collecting thumbprints and signatures, which revealed that 99.9% had voted for an independent Naga state. The central government, which was busy during this time with partition, settling refugees and consolidating the princely state, did not pay attention. Fizo met the Prime Minister in 1951 for independent Naga state, but his demand was rejected. The NNC responded by boycotting the first general election of independent India. After the elections in 1952, Fizo again met the PM, but his demands were again put down. By 1953, Fizo and the NNC had started arranging arms and organizing groups for armed rebellion. During this time, the central government moved paramilitary Assam Rifles to the region. In 1954, after a series of unfortunate incidents, the NNC declared the formation of Federal Government of Nagaland. By 1956, a full-scale war was on in the Naga Hills, and killings and counter-killings became regular. In 1963, Nagaland was carved out as a new state. However, this did not quell the movement. In 1964, a ceasefire was signed with Fizo, but it lasted only till 1968. In 1975, the Shillong Accord was signed with the NNC, in which the NNC agreed to give up arms and accept the Indian Constitution. T. Muiva and Isaac Swo revolted and broke away from the NNC. Together with S.S. Kepling, Muiva and Isaac formed the National Socialist Council of Nagaland, or the NSCN, in 1980. The NSCN split due to leadership differences as NSCN-IM and NSCN-K. The NSCN-IM then emerged a major insurgent group in the northeast. The NSCN-IM, for its political causes, established the uniqueness of Naga history and called for Greater Nagalim by integrating Naga-inhabited regions of Assam, Arunachal Pradesh and Manipur. However, in 1997, a ceasefire agreement was signed with the NSCN-IM to bring a lasting solution to the Indo-Naga issue. In 2015, the framework agreement was signed by the Indian government and the NSCN-IM. The framework agreement, according to the interlocutor for Naga talks, R.N. Ravi was about recognizing the uniqueness of Naga history and finding a special arrangement similar to Article 371A. In contrast, the NSCN-IM had worked out the details which would define the relationship with the Indian Union. The NSCN wanted the Nagaland government to cover all areas inhabited by the Nagas. Natural resources would belong to Nagaland, presently only a fourth of which is shared by the central government. International relations would remain with India except for matters related to Nagaland. There would be separate foreign offices for culture and education. Nagaland would have its own education system and expect reservations in Indian educational institutions. Nagaland would have its separate anthem, flag, and constitution. The agreement would not be unilaterally abrogated and would require two-thirds majority of the parliament as well as Nagaland Assembly. Immediately after the abrogation of Article 370, the Indian government wanted to finalize the agreement on Naga Peace Talks. The government brought on board a group of 6 organizations called Naga National Political Group who had been skeptical about the constitution demand. The NSCN-IM, however, held its ground for separate flag and constitution, which has been rejected by the Indian government. Because of this, the whole peace process has reached an impasse. T. Muiva, the senior-most leader, now has warned that if the peace process fails, it would be difficult to bring them back to the negotiating table. The central government has also not included the state government in the talks. If the peace process fails, it would again destabilize the entire Northeast. Insurgent groups in Northeast have sought and received arms, training, and refuge from China. Unlike Kashmir, which has a few hundred militants, the NSCN-IM has nearly 7,000 soldiers armed to the teeth. Also, giving in to NSCN-IM's demand would provoke other ethnic tribes in the region who have also guarded and protected their identities and culture for centuries. If the peace process fails, the government would end up fighting insurgency in 2 fronts, Kashmir and Northeast. The Indo-Naga issue has been going on for far too long and needs to be put to an end. Hasty moves like sidelining the signatory of the framework agreement should be avoided. Only then can the Northeast truly be a part of India's Act East policy. Download material for this issue from our website. Please like, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you.